What's good? What's good? It's your boy Black Labels here with another video with GOAT Lines. Man, that was the worst Super Bowl, right up there with the Denver Nuggets, or not Denver Nuggets. I'm sorry, the Denver Broncos versus Seahawks. It was like 10 years ago. It was up there. It was just as bad. That shit was boring, start to finish. Um, Probably could have did something better with the day. That's how bad it was. God damn. I don't want to hear no more of this GOAT talk, man. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it, man. I don't, man. I ain't seen Brady ever get his ass whooped like that, man. Some things just don't happen to certain GOATs, you feel me? And that's just one thing that just don't happen to a certain GOAT. So we ain't gonna get too crazy in the debate. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying Patty ain't good. Patty be pattying. I ain't saying that. I'm just saying a lot of people be saying he the greatest player of all time, and greatest player of all time don't be doing that. So we're gonna see. We're gonna see. Hey man, another great trait to being the greatest of all time is longevity. So he's got to get that too. But today we do got a 10-game slate coming in. Now with this 10-game slate, we have a bunch of duds and we got some studs. So with that being said, we're gonna take a quick dive through and see exactly what we like and what we don't like. So first game on the slate. Ride them up. First game of the slate is San Antonio at the Washington Wizards. I absolutely hate this game. If you want me to be completely honest with you, I don't trust Washington to cover the 11.5. Problem here is that I also don't trust the San Antonio Spurs to cover the 11.5. So if I had to pick one, I'd probably take Washington to cover 11.5. But I'm not gonna. It's just, I'm not putting my money on this game at all. But then the over-under is at 235.5, and I'm going to keep it a buck. The last time they played, they went over this, I believe. They played early in November. They went over it significantly. The last 3 times, which again, it's kind of hard to put in this perspective, but just in general, 2 out of 3 have gone over this 235. In the last 20 games, San Antonio's gone over this number 35% of the time, and Washington is over 40% of the time. My point here is I don't think both teams are going to play no fucking defense. So coming off of tonight, I mean, it's tough. Like I said, I'm not playing the game. This is a dud. But if I'm gonna put anything on it, like you gonna put a gun to my head type shit, I mean, probably gonna rock the 11.5 by Washington. So we'll move on. Next game here is Minnesota at the Cleveland Cavaliers. Now, Minnesota's actually been hooping. They've been balling recently. They've actually won 8 of their last 10 games. They've also covered this 8 plus 8.5 in the last 10 games. Cleveland is also Cleveland. They probably could be arguably the best team in the league with OKC. But I'm not going to lie to you in this situation. I am rocking either the over, the 228.5, or I am taking the Minnesota at plus 8.5, which the 8.5 is probably my favorite. I'll take that with Minnesota. Second game on the slate here is the Atlanta Hawks. Now, the Atlanta Hawks have shown a little life. They have won 3 of their last 4 games. This was after losing Jalen Johnson and being like, what are we going to do now? Seems like they figured out at least somewhat of a formula. So, don't look now. They are running into the Orlando Magic. Now, the Orlando Magic, again, have struggled in the last 10 games, only winning 3 of 10. But 2 of the last 3 games, they have won. So maybe they're turning the corner. Maybe we could catch them on a little pre. I don't know, but do I feel comfortable trusting it? It's tough. In the last 10 games, Orlando has covered this spread of 5.5, 2 out of 10 times. Not promising. Atlanta, on the other hand, has covered this plus 5.5 at 7 out of the last 10 times. If you want to play something here, probably going to play that Atlanta at plus 5.5 because I just don't trust Orlando. The over 221.5, listen. Orlando pisses me off because they go under significantly a lot of times, and I've seen some low unders, and they've gone under. Now, with that being said, Atlanta has gone over this 7 of the last 10 games, so it's a little tough, but then Orlando's gone over 4 of the last 10. So I could probably see a 221.5 here. If you want to look at the actual head-to-head, let's see if there's anything here. It has gone over 50% of the time. The last meeting, actually, which was a year ago, which we can't really count this data, they went over the last 2 times. So this is the first time they're seeing each other this year. But yeah, in the last 20 games, over for Atlanta. I mean, it's a lean. If you want to take it, take it. Me personally, I probably like the 5.5 better. Next game on the slate is the Charlotte Hornets at the Brooklyn Nets. Both these teams are actually pretty good at covering the spread. Big spreads. Big spreads. Not little spreads. Big spreads. But this is actually a low spread. I don't trust either one of them to cover a low spread. Not happening. With that being said, we have an over of 212.5 or under. Very opposite. Now, Charlotte has gone over this 7 of the last 10 games, but Brooklyn's only gone over it 2 of 10. They have obviously gone under that 2 of 10. So, I'm not touching this game. I have no good data, at least, to tell you what the hell to do with this. And I don't feel comfortable taking any bets with any of this. You want to look at their head-to-head matchup? They did play on January 29th, and they did go under significantly. And if they did play on November, and they went over. The two different teams here now, obviously. So, this is more of a reflection of what we are seeing. So if you do want to take something, you can go off the head-to-head matchup, and I'd probably take the under. But again, that's a very tough way to ask because it's a very low. Charlotte in the last 20 games has gone over at 75% of the time. Brooklyn at least 40. So I mean, it's tough. The line started at 220.5. Like, god damn, for this line to drop 8 points, holy shit. The money is just got to be racking in on the fucking under. Jesus. So, like, I'm going to be honest, man. That's still pretty low. I'll probably take the over. I'd take the over in that 212.5. Not that, like I said, not that Brooklyn's covered it. Like I said, I'm not putting any money on it, but if I had to pick one, I'm not taking the spreads. That's too small. So I'll take that over on the 212.5. Next one here is the Boston Celtics at the Miami Heat. Okay, well, Miami here has, they're starting to turn a little corner here since the Jimmy Butler trade, but they're very inconsistent. It's a very big 500 club. They are 25-25. So inconsistency is definitely their name outside of the Miami Heat. They do have a plus 5.5 for them, underdogs. Boston's covered this number 5 of the last 10. I am probably going to play the over at 218.5. That is pretty low. Boston has covered it 8 of the last 10. And then also Miami has covered it at least 6 of the last 10. Now, we want to look at a little bit of head-to-head data here, see what we've seen in the past. It has gone under 78% of the time, and that is for this year. So the last game is the one that they played, and that was at a 197 total when the line was originally at a 220. So this line opened at 225 and has also significantly dropped. So it has actually gone under this total in the last 6-7 games. Let me take a look here now. It's crazy because you look at this. Boston's gone over this number, but it's just matchup based. So what do? Do we trust the matchup based or do we trust the history here? So I'm gonna be honest. Still tough. 218.5 is not a bad number. I'm not betting this game, but I'm gonna put a bet here in regards to what I have to pick. I'm going to take recency matchups. I'm going to take that under 218.5. Something's got to give. Maybe they know each other so well. It's just something's got to give. That's a lot of games in a row. 7 in a row. So I'll ride that trend. Next one here is the Golden State Warriors at Milwaukee Bucks. Now we do have the Bucks as a plus 6.5 underdog. And then we have the over under at 231.5. Now Milwaukee has covered a 6 spread. 4 of the last 10 games, not very good, but Golden State has also not covered very well at the 6 spread. 4 of the last 10 games as well. Very down the middle, very even. If we look at a head-to-head matchup here in the over-under, they did play last year, so it's really hard for us to take a look at that. If we want to look at the last 20 games, Golden State's gone over this number 45% of the time. Milwaukee's gone over 55%. So, dead even, probably straight down the middle. If you had to give me something here, not crazy with how Golden State, but with that Jimmy Butler trade, they came out in Chicago and fucking mashed. I liked it. They got in Chicago, whatever. Coming in here, is there any key injuries? Jonathan Kuminga is out. Steph Curry's a game time suspension. I do expect him to play. Giannis is out. I liked how they looked. I liked how they looked with Jimmy Butler on the floor, and I'm gonna go ahead and ride that right now. I think they're gonna turn a little bit here coming into this second half. Let's take the Golden State Warriors here at that -6. Next game on the docket is New Orleans Pelicans at the Oklahoma City Thunder. I am taking the New Orleans Pelicans at the +15.5. They've actually done a pretty good job covering this spread this all season. Now, in the last 10 games, they have covered it 8 of the last 10. Now, in the last 20, 85%. They covered 73% of the time this season. OKC takes teams out at a 15.5 spread 40% of the time. That's actually kind of wild if you really think about it. OKC is just them. But if you look at the last matchup on December, they did only win by 10. If you look at the November matchup, they did win by 18. So this is right down the middle, but this is a little bit more of a recency base. So I do like that. Like I said, I'm taking the Pelicans here at the +15.5. Sacramento Kings at Dallas Mavericks. Well, Dallas, the biggest fumblers in the game, traded for Anthony Davis for him to play one game, and now he's out indefinitely. Good job. You guys did a great job making that trade, man. You guys are fucking killers. I love it. Just smart. You guys are just geniuses. Fucking morons. Oh, man. Let's trade Luka, guys. Because we don't know if he's going to work hard enough. Guys, he's... Oh, my God. Jesus. My guy gets fucking 60, 20, and 20, and you're telling me right now the guy doesn't work hard enough, and that's what you're concerned about. You made it to the finals. You worried about it, huh? Fuck. I swear to God, man. Let's get somebody that doesn't even play half the time. Yeah, you're right. Oh, boy, that guy still got a job. All right. We have Dallas and Sacramento. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm taking Sacramento at the +1. Dallas now, again, they are low on big men. Let's see if they have any returning. Looks like Lively is still out. Anthony Davis will be out. Max Christie is a game time decision. I do expect him to play. Yeah, I'm just taking this game by game here. I'm gonna be honest with you. I like Dallas. You're giving me -1. I'll take the -1. So give me the -1 with the Dallas Mavericks. Now, Portland Trailblazers at the Denver Nuggets. Oh, you're giving me 9 points with Portland? Oh, Portland's been rolling, man. I ain't gonna lie to you. They've actually won 8 of their last 10 games. They have pushed themselves back into the mix. Now, here looking at Portland at a 9 spread, they have covered that 8 of the last 10 games. Denver has only beat teams in the last 10 games by 9, 4 times and 1 time with a push. Again, Denver's still doing well. Portland's playing some defense recently. So I do like Portland here. I'm taking them at the +9. I've seen them do some pretty good things. They have covered, and we are going to keep riding that wave because we won some good money on Portland. So I'm going to keep sticking to it. Next game coming in here is the Utah Jazz at the Los Angeles Lakers. Now, the Utah Jazz at the Los Angeles Lakers, I am 110% taking the under of the 235.5. Or Lakers have gone under 8 of the last 10 games. And then, of course, Jazz have gone under at 5 out of 10. So about 50% of the time. It's a very big spread. I'm not taking the Lakers at a -12.5. Don't get me wrong. They've been hooping. But I'm not taking them at -12.5. Let me take that under 234.5. They've done a good job keeping teams under, and they've also controlled their pace. So let me go ahead and take that under 234.5 for the Utah Jazz and Los Angeles Lakers. But that will be it for the day. Please, please, please like and subscribe. Please leave a comment in the bottom. Let us know exactly how you enjoy the video. If you're riding, if you're fading. Tell me what you're doing, man. I ain't gonna lie to you. I am not right 100% of the time, and I do not propose to be. But I will tell you, we're all just trying to beat the books, man. We're all trying to grow together and do everything we can as a community. Please join that Discord below. We are going to start building it. The goal here is to build people, get them in here so they can start chattering and talking with other sports bettors. At the end of the day, man, we're all just trying to get the best tip. We're all trying to make the best bet, and we're all trying to make some money. I ain't gonna lie to you guys. Super Bowl sucked. I really didn't get shit on the Super Bowl. A lot of shit, there was really kind of weird shit to bet on, and I really didn't bet. I'm gonna be honest with you. I really didn't bet. It wasn't something that I was crazy about. But with that being said, please join the community and make sure you like, and please subscribe. And if you can, share. That just means you're doing extra work, and I respect it. That means you got love for the channel, you got love for the fam. So please, please, please do all the above. My name is Black Labels, and I appreciate you very much. We are out.